Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and thank you for tuning in here to this special edition of the News Hour. I'm Deepti Sachdeva. Let's quickly get kick-started by talking of the day's top focus story. Atishi officially has taken charge as the Chief Minister of Delhi earlier today. Now, while taking oath of office, she sits on a white chair. That's the image on your screens. And she leaves the chair next to her empty. If you look very closely, it is the same chair her guru and her predecessor Arvind Kejriwal used to sit on as a Chief Minister. Now just think of this imagery, replete with optics, as it was meant to be. Comparing her situation to that of Lord Ram's brother Bharat, she says that like Bharat ji ruled Ayodhya for 14 long years by placing Lord Ram's khadaun on the throne, for the next 4 months, she says she will also be governing Delhi in the same way. The Ram-Bharat analogy in Delhi coming at a time when the people of Delhi are asking about governance. And what about the other issues? What about the Aam Aadmi ki baat? What about the Aam Aadmi ki sarkar? And who really is in charge of Delhi today? Arvind Kejriwal or Atishi or that empty chair? Watch first up how the Aam Aadmi party is pushing ahead with its political agenda of protecting Arvind Kejriwal as virtuous and imandar man. One who's actually let go of the Chief Minister's chair only for the sake of morality. One who wants to return as the Chief Minister only after it's the people who give him the mandate. What do you think? Is it really the morality or it's, seizing a political opportunity? First up, watch how the Aam Aadmi party packaged and presented the Delhi Chief Minister Atishi's tribute to her guru Arvind Kejriwal.
आज मैंने दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री का कार्यभार संभाला है, जिम्मेदारी संभाली। आज मेरे मन की वही व्यथा है जो भरत जी की थी जब भगवान श्री राम 14 वर्ष के लिए अयोध्या से वनवास के गए और भरत जी को अयोध्या का शासन संभालना पड़ा। जिस तरह भरत जी ने 14 साल तक भगवान श्री राम की खड़ाऊ रखकर अयोध्या का शासन संभाला, उसी तरह से आने वाले 4 महीने के लिए मैं दिल्ली सरकार चलाऊंगी। भगवान श्री राम ने अपने पिताजी द्वारा दिए गए एक वचन को निभाने के लिए 14 साल का वनवास स्वीकार किया। इसीलिए हम भगवान श्री राम को मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम कहते हैं। उनकी जिंदगी हम सबके लिए मर्यादा और नैतिकता की एक मिसाल है। बिल्कुल उसी तरह अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने इस देश की राजनीति में मर्यादा और नैतिकता की एक मिसाल कायम की।
Now, the Bharatiya Janata Party is calling this rule by proxy one that is similar to the Lalu Rabdi, the Sonia Manmohan Singh model, the OPS Jaya model. They say that this is a blatant disregard to the post of the Chief Minister. Even the Congress in Delhi is up in arms. They are raising objections to the fact that the Aam Aadmi party is comparing Arvind Kejriwal to Lord Ram. They also say that how can a man who goes to jail on charges of corruption be called the Maryada Purushottam Ram? Interestingly, Arvind Kejriwal's aide and the Delhi minister has revealed the real story. Do you know what's the real story? That today, Delhi has 2 chief ministers. Watch how Delhi's Kissa Kursi ka is unfolding.
दिल्ली के अंदर 2 मुख्यमंत्रियों के दिलों की जगह आज बन चुकी है। आतिशी जी ने
2 मुख्यमंत्रियों की जगह मतलब?
एक अरविंद केजरीवाल जो आने वाले हैं, जिनका दिल्ली की जनता इंतजार कर रही है, और चुनाव तक के लिए आतिशी जी जो इस काम को आगे बढ़ा रही हैं।
तो मतलब आप अभी ये कहना चाहते हैं कि अरविंद केजरीवाल भी मुख्यमंत्री हैं, आतिशी भी मुख्यमंत्री?
दिल्ली की जनता के दिलों में अरविंद केजरीवाल मुख्यमंत्री हैं और उनको और प्रचंड बहुमत से वो लाना चाहती है।
अगर आपको ये सब नौटंकी करनी थी तो फिर पद ग्रहण करने की जरूरत क्या थी? चुनाव कराते, दिल्ली में चुनाव हो जाते। लेकिन एक भ्रष्टाचारी सुपर सीएम को ईमानदारी का टैग लगाने की कोशिश अपनी चापलूसी से करनी, ये संभव नहीं है।
देखिए, मुझे भारी ऑब्जेक्शन है इस बात का कि एक ऐसे व्यक्ति जो भ्रष्टाचार के मामले में जेल रहकर आया है, उसको मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम से कंपेयर किया जा रहा है।
शीश महल में है, अपने राजमहल में, और अभी घर मांग रहे हैं। ये पहला हम राम देखे जो वनवास जाने की जगह घर मांग रहा है। और कैसे आप उसकी तुलना कर रही हैं?
So let's bring up the legitimate question that we are asking on the News Hour tonight. The question is, does Dilli ki satta now rest with a quote-unquote a super chief minister?
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
So let's say good evening to our panel of guests. Joining us, Pradeep Bhandari is a national spokesperson of the BJP. He is joining us from our studios here in Noida. We also have Siddharth Sharma, who represents the Aam Aadmi Party. Good to have you, Siddharth. Suhail Seth, as always, I'm told, has some very, very strong opinions on the entire issue. Suhail, welcome to you also. And Vivek Srivastavaji is a political analyst. He's completing our panel. So, you know, Suhail, I'm a little confused. Should I begin with you? Should I begin with Siddharth? I don't have an empty chair here. Okay, he says me. So he's the super boss. He takes the call. Suhail, what's going on in Delhi? Do we have two chief ministers?
No, my dear friend Pradeep Bhandari should be a very happy man. You see, for years, Delhi has been Ram Bharose. No one knows kya ho raha hai, kab ho raha hai. At least Aam Aadmi Party has been honest, saying कि भाई ये राम राज्य ही चलेगा. God knows who will be the chief minister. But on a more serious note, you know, here's my thing. Let's not be hypocritical. This kind of a situation has happened before in India, and the people have tolerated it. I think it's the people who need to be blamed. You know, we elect government after government hoping for governance. Then there is this drama. Look at the chair. See, Deepti, yes, you're a very astute anchor. Look at the chair. The chair is bigger than the chair that Atishi is sitting on.
Yes.
Now, तीन गलतियां हुई. एक तो, they didn't put the khadaun. They should put the khadaun. Number two, I haven't seen Arvind Kejriwal's photograph behind her. You know, if she was really loyal, there would be a large-size, life-size photograph. And now with artificial intelligence, you can actually put Arvind Kejriwal on the chair without him physically being there. Third, I genuinely believe that Delhi is going to have so much of fun that news channels will be out of business. Every day there will be fun for Delhi. The only problem is aansu bahenge pani ke bajaye. And Siddharth Sharma, my good friend from Aam Aadmi Party is here. He also, poor chap, has to defend the indefensible. Now, all the political parties are against Aam Aadmi Party, even the Congress. Now, the Congress to be against Aam Aadmi Party is a bit rich because Manmohan Singh was in office but not in power. Sonia Gandhi was in power but not in office. My feeling is, all said and done, this I'm now saying seriously, from a knowledge perspective, from an academia perspective, Atishi is a knowledgeable, bright human being. I did not expect her to do this drama-bazi. You know, with knowledge, with academia comes a certain level of gravitas. Even she might be feeling stupid to have to do this, but obviously this is being done for a purpose. As you rightly said, it is more for the optics than the reality.
Okay. Okay, so Suhail, I think gives us a good rounded view of the entire conversation.
The joke is on us.
Absolutely. The joke is on us, citizens of Delhi. You know, Siddharth, when you look at that picture, and that's exactly how I also spotted this, look at the chair, the size of the chair, the fabric, the color, texture, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, do you think Atishi is not as capable as an Arvind Kejriwal is? Why does she need an empty chair next to her to govern Delhi? Can you tell me, is that empty chair in charge of Delhi today, Siddharth?
Yeah, Deepti, it's nice to be back on your program, and Suhail was jovial enough to start with a little bit of humor. So I'll give a witty reply to your question first and then come to the substantial part, if you permit me to. Now, we have a Prime Minister of India who says that "Main to chowkidar." That means that the Prime Minister's chair is vacant next to him because he's the chowkidar. Now, who is sitting on that Prime Minister's chair, empty chair next to him? Mr. Adani, with whom he goes to Greece, with whom he goes to Sri Lanka, with whom he goes to Bangladesh, and Mr. Adani gets contracts from those nations. Isn't it better than that? Point number two, in every home of India, at least a Sanatani home, there is a puja room where nobody sits or nobody sleeps. If Atishi is doing that, the beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, correct? Now the point is, Atishi's tweet is very clear that she is following Bharata's model, where Ram was out of Ayodhya, out of the capital, and she was taking care of it. It is very clear, Aam Aadmi Party, while Arvind Kejriwal was resigning, he said that I am going to the people's court. If the people re-elect me, I'll come back to the chief minister's chair. So if Atishi or Aam Aadmi Party is following the principles laid down in Ramayana, from which she has taken the page out of Bharat, And incidentally, Bharat is the same person on whose name India is also called as Bharat. How can BJP have an objection to it? It's as simple as that. Please understand the main question.
Siddharth, for a moment, forget the BJP. That's what Sohail said. It's about the people. Either you believe that the Dilli ki Janta is such a fool, you give them free electricity, you give them free pani, they will forget everything else. They will forgive you for this theatrics, for this drama, everything. Siddharth, let's be a little serious. You know, you are telling Atishi that you are the chief minister only till the next election. That's point number one.
Correct.
Do you believe that she's incapable? She's any less than Arvind Kejriwal? Or this is psychophancy, you know, like the BJP has been also alleging, and a lot of our viewers have today asked that what is wrong in Atishi as the chief minister? Why does she need to sit next to an empty chair?
So
You
BJP
respect
doesn't-
Arvind Kejriwal, you be loyal to Arvind Kejriwal, but what is the symbolism of having an empty chair right next to you?
So psychophancy is being now given a lecture by BJP, which says that even in Madhya Pradesh they want a double engine ki sarkar, they want a sarkar in the name of Mr. Narendra Modi. Isn't that psychophancy? Unemployed youth are advised to sell pakodas by BJP. A 55-year-old Arvind Kejriwal has resigned twice in 10 years.
But you are not the BJP, no, Siddharth. You are a different party. You are an Aam Aadmi party.
For the last 22 years. Isn't it? Even after reaching 75 years. That's what Arvind Kejriwal is asking. Isn't the Sangh Parivar, Mr. Mohan Bhagwat, worried about BJP itself going against its law tenet of 75 years retirement? Wasn't Mr. Advani ji retired at 75? Wasn't Mr. Murli Manohar Joshi retired at 75? Wasn't Sumitra Mahajan retired at 75? Wasn't Yediyurappa retired at 75? Why is BJP so hell-bent on saying that no, Modi ji ke liye ek exception hai? So let's come back to the main point
Modi
here.
only
Let's not
74.
BJP lecture others about psychophancy.
Okay.
The question is here, Arvind Kejriwal is symbolic of sacrifice, and Modi and BJP are symbolic of...
So are you saying then, Siddharth, that unless there is an empty chair next to Atishi, people will forget the sacrifice that perhaps an Arvind Kejriwal has made? Before I get in Vivek, you know, Pradeep, what really is the problem? Are you undermining Atishi? Because somewhere, remember, when you play to the gallery, you know, the Aam Aadmi Party will obviously play to the gallery. It's their core strength. This is how they play their politics, you know, with that trademark blue shirt, the Reynolds pen, the chappal. You never know. That Maruti, you know, Sohail might also come back one of these days.
Not a Reynolds
But how will you take on Pradeep and Arvind Kejriwal in Delhi? And how will you undermine Atishi?
Well, Deepti, the issue is very serious. The issue is about, look at the chair and look at it very, very carefully. It's an insult to the entire women electorate of Delhi who believed and voted the Aam Aadmi Party thinking that the women will be treated equally. The size of the chair is more than the size of the chair of the puppet chief minister Atishi. This tells you clearly that how Arvind Kejriwal treats the women in her party and women of Delhi. Point number one. Remember what Swati Maliwal said when Arvind Kejriwal was in a 40 crore sheesh mahal. Mind you, Bharat was not in a 40 crore sheesh mahal. Bharat was not accused of liquor scam. This is their insult to Hinduism that they're trying to equate Arvind Kejriwal to Lord Ram. This is how they treat the Hindus of the country. They were asking proof of surgical strike. They wanted hospitals to be built on Ram Mandir. So this is all facade. But look at it very, very clearly. Deepti, they are giving a message to the people of Delhi that they do not believe in a woman. They do not believe in an educated woman. They want a chair of a pseudo chair, a chair which is of a longer size than the chair of the chief minister. This is how Arvind Kejriwal treats the women of Delhi. That is point number one. This is exactly how, if you remember, the Dalits were treated by the Congress party in the early 50s. They were made to feel subordinate. On the first day when Atishi takes oath, comes on the office as the quote-unquote puppet chief minister, she has a chair which is a bigger chair. This is exactly how Sitaram Kesri was treated by the Congress party just because of being Dalit. So today Mr. Kejriwal treats the women in this manner. Tomorrow he treats the Dalit in the second manner. And I'll tell you the larger issue is it's about the insecurity of Mr. Kejriwal. Look at the Twitter timeline of Manish Sisodia. Not a single tweet congratulating Atishi is there on his Twitter timeline today because Mr. Sisodia is extremely angry. Mr. Sisodia is angry because Mr. Arvind Kejriwal asked Mr. Sisodia to vacate his residence. Mr. Manish Sisodia,
Arvind Kejriwal did not ask Mr. Manish Sisodia whether he wants to continue as the Deputy Chief Minister because he's insecure of Manish Sisodia. Similarly, Mr. Kejriwal is extremely insecure of Atishi because he knows that if in 3 months Atishi becomes quote-unquote a bit more popular in the Aam Aadmi Party circles than him, then his leadership will be challenged. So the issue is multifaceted and it is also anti-constitutional. Just 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
The chair, Pradeep.
Yeah.
No,
the chair is everything. Imagine. No, I'll give you an analogy.
When Vasundhara Raje is sidelined, you make a Bhajan Lal Sharma the Chief Minister.
No, Bhajan Lal was
is that also a dummy Chief Minister?
Deepti, Bhajan Lal is the Chief Minister who's there. Do you see an empty chair? Do you see Mrs. Raje governing Rajasthan? No, it's Bhajan Lal governing and Raje. When Raje was the Chief Minister, Raje was the Chief Minister. When Bhajan Lal is the Chief Minister, Bhajan Lal is the Chief Minister. Tomorrow somebody else will be the Chief Minister, somebody else will be the Chief Minister.
But these are not remote control Chief Ministers.
Absolutely not. Deepti, imagine a situation you are anchoring a show and I keep a chair just beneath you and you have to ask the empty chair every time which is longer, taller than you. How will you anchor it? Is it not an insult to you?
Sohail, I love this about politicians. They get stuck anywhere and they will hit back at the media. They will just start imagining things with the media, trying to generalize everything. Siddharth, it's good to see you smiling and laughing after a long time, Vivekji, but why are you looking so distressed today? Do you like this model of Arvind Kejriwal?
No, I'm not distressed. In fact, if I would have been distressed, I would not have
been talking to me?
Yes, Vivekji.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, okay. No, I'm not distressed. Only I'm just listening to this whole rhetoric, and I think we are discussing something out of proportion. Fine, there was an empty chair next to her, and today everybody is laughing. कि अरे भाई दूसरी कुर्सी भी रख दी साथ में. I do not know who is going to have a last laugh in February. The party to whom Pradeep Bhandari belongs, there is no preparation, there is no face, there are no candidates ready.
He knows about my party more than me.
There are people who are trying to work on the ground level in Delhi. No, listen to me now. The research that we are doing right now in Delhi, it is some very old faces in Janakpuri, one face.
Left is doing research in Delhi, which has got lesser votes than Nota.
Raising issues which are very trivial. No, hold on. I mean, instead of discussing issues which are very trivial, you need to discuss what Atishi is going to do in the next 2 to 3 months. What is going to be her top priority? Are there going to be some major policy changes?
Vivekji, Mr. Kejriwal does not trust Atishi himself.
And frankly, I see
we would have loved to speak about it, but Mr. Kejriwal does not trust Atishi. It's an insult to the electorate of Delhi. It's an insult to you.
Just because, hold on.
A taller chair.
No, nobody. See, I'll tell you what, the people are not feeling insulted. People are not even bothered about it. Very clearly, I'm telling you. And their party is working hard on the ground root level. Congress under Devendra Yadav is also trying to find its way out. However, yours is a party which is simply trying to create a big ruckus in the media without being there in Delhi at the ground root level. This is the first reality. And
Mr. Vivek Srivastava, how many votes did you get in Delhi in the last elections? Can you please tell the audience? No, Mr. Srivastava, how many votes did you get in Delhi in the Lok Sabha elections?
We supported.
How many votes did you get in Delhi in the Lok Sabha elections? How many seats did the Aam Aadmi Party win in Delhi in the Lok Sabha? Zero. Big zero. 2014 zero, 2019 zero, 2024 zero. And you got lesser votes than Nota. We got 54% vote share. Please. And Mr. Srivastava, you also got less single-digit vote share even in the assembly elections.
You cannot compare.
Even in the assembly elections, do not normalize an insult to a woman. Do not normalize an insult to a woman.
अरे कोई किसी का वुमन का इंसल्ट नहीं हुआ. वुमन
बड़ी चेयर लगा के श्रीवास्तव जी क्या बताना चाह रहे हो आप?
And you are such an experienced guy.
That is what I am saying. Chair equal होती तो मैं समझ सकता था ना. भक्ति में मैं समझ सकता था. बड़ी चेयर क्यों दिखा रहे हो आप? कलर भी चेंज कर दिया चेयर का.
अरे भाई
विवेक जी कलर भी बदला हुआ है, चेयर भी बड़ी हुई है.
प्रदीप, listen to my point first.
Tell me a parallel in the Indian politics similar to this.
पहले सुनिए आप, भाषण देने से नहीं होता.
अरे मुझे फैक्ट तो बता दो, मैं भी अपने ज्ञान की वृद्धि कर लूं.
You have got a very good experience. अरे हाँ तो सुन लीजिए ना, पहले सुनेंगे तब तो ज्ञान मिलेगा.
कौन सी ऐसी कुर्सी बात में आई थी?
We have seen you perform. We have seen you.
मेरे को छोड़ो यार.
Listen to me now. We have seen you consistently perform year after year. Do you not know the difference between a Lok Sabha analysis and the Vidhan Sabha analysis?
Tell me who has, Vivek ji, I am asking you, you are a very experienced man. Vivek ji, you are a very experienced man. I have huge regard for you. Please tell me a parallel in the Indian politics. On first day when a puppet chief minister comes, a taller chair, a chair of a different color is placed adjacent to it. Please tell me, just for my knowledge. You are a very experienced person, please. Just
look,
recall.
it is not. I do not think you should call her. Listen now. Hold on.
You're not
now,
telling me an example.
Pradeep, now let him respond, and then I need to jump in here because this friendly banter, this mixed match between both Vivek ji and Pradeep is going on. Siddharth and Suhail can't feel left out. Vivek ji, complete your point.
This is one of the
no. All I'm saying is, I have a lot of respect for Pradeep. He's a fabulous. He has done fabulous work.
Hello, wait.
Yeah, he has done a fabulous work in election analysis for the last many years. And I have been so many times with Pradeep. But all I'm saying is that you are underestimating the Aam Aadmi Party. एक छोटे से issue को blow up करने से कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. Start working on the ground. Arvind Kejriwal is still there in the hearts of many people.
Vivek ji, on a lighter note, if I take your advice now, my electoral performance will be like what is the electoral performance of left today.
But Pradeep, yes. Let's accept the reality. The Delhi electorate, I think Vivek ji makes a sensible point that Delhi votes very differently in a Lok Sabha election and an assembly election. Now, Pradeep, all said and done, when you say that, this empty chair is a cause of concern, aren't you also undermining Atishi? Or you believe because she's a woman, it's really easy to attack her like we have seen in the last few days? And also, Pradeep, can you tell me how will you respond to an Arvind Kejriwal? Are you ready to field a Smriti Irani or a Basuri Swaraj versus an Arvind Kejriwal in Delhi? What is the BJP's roadmap?
Deepti, we do not declare strategies on Indian television. And if the strategies which are declared on Indian television by a party are not the real strategies which are there. So wait and watch. We will be winning the Delhi election. I have no doubt about it. But this is about morality, Deepti. I again reiterate. Deepti, you are anchoring the show right now. Imagine a hypothetical situation that an empty chair is being praised by the editor-in-chief of your channel and say that, Deepti, you have to speak to the empty chair before taking a decision.
For the longest time, Congress refused to come on our show. You're forgetting this.
Panelists, imagine that you have to take permission, Deepti, imagine taking a permission. It is an insult to the women of Delhi. Somebody will win an election, someone will lose. That's different. But this is how Mr. Kejriwal treats the women in a party.
Jokes apart.
I'm shocked.
Siddharth, Suhail, just allow me 30 seconds.
Tomorrow it can happen with Siddharth.
30 seconds, Suhail, 30 seconds. I want to ask this genuine question to Siddharth. Siddharth, what is the first image that anyone gets? That maybe Atishi has been asked to do this? Or Atishi herself feels that she's not capable enough, so she needs the backing of an Arvind Kejriwal, even if it's through an empty chair. I mean, why? How does this really help you if this is just not about theatrics, it's not just about optics?
Yeah, I'll answer to your question in the latter half, but first, since Pradeep has spoken about me, BJP waxing eloquent about women after eulogizing Mr. Brijbhushan Sharan Singh and POXO accused Mr. Yedurappa is pretty rich. So better BJP not speak about women. And when Pradeep says something about insult, isn't he insulting Ramayana and Bharat? And also insulting Modi ji when he says that main to chaukidar, that means the Prime Minister is somewhere different. Isn't he insulting Bharat and Ramayana by showing that Atishi is sitting next to an empty chair?
अरे प्रभु श्री राम शीश महल में नहीं थे 40 करोड़ के मेरे दोस्त.
अरे वो भारतीय संस्कृति है.
अरे भारतीय संस्कृति लिकर स्कैम में नहीं है. भारतीय संस्कृति किताब की जगह मदिरा नहीं करना है. कैसी बातें कर रहे हैं प्रभु श्री राम की इंसल्ट कर रहे हैं सिद्धार्थ जी. You are comparing Mr. Kejriwal, who is accused in liquor scam, to Lord Shri Ram. अरे आपको क्या पता है? आप हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ नहीं सकते. बात हमसे करेंगे. पहले स्कूल्स की बात करते थे कि स्कूल्स जो है वो राम मंदिर पे स्कूल बनने चाहिए. खोलूं मैं आपके स्टेटमेंट्स. ये 2019 में स्कूल बनने चाहिए थे राम मंदिर पे.
अगर आप मैं भी चौकीदार हूँ तो आप तो खुद बोल रहे हैं कि मेरे बगल में प्रधानमंत्री की कुर्सी खाली है जिस पर अडानी बैठे हुए हैं. तो आप जो काम
आज आपने महिलाओं का अपमान किया सिद्धार्थ जी. आज आतिशी के साथ हुआ है, कल आपके साथ होगा.
भारत जी से खाली सिंहासन रख सकते हैं तो आतिशी कैसे?
अरे भरत जी 40 करोड़ के शीश महल में नहीं थे. उनपे लिकर स्कैम नहीं था. उनने 8 समन्स नहीं जनरेट किए थे हाईकोर्ट के और सुप्रीम कोर्ट के. कैसी बातें कर रहे हैं आज आप?
खाली रहना कहाँ गलत है?
कैसी बातें कर रहे हैं आप?
संस्कृति के
आप कल तक शीश महल में जाके घर में रहने की बात कर रहे थे. सरकारी बंगला मान रहे हैं. प्रभु श्री राम ने सरकारी बंगला नहीं मांगा था. प्रभु श्री राम ने 40 करोड़ का शीश महल के अंदर 10 करोड़ के कर्टन नहीं लगाए थे.
Twice in last 10 years on the base of ideology, whereas Mr. Modi for the last 22 years is sitting on his
Mr. Modi has got 100 times more vote than you have got in the entire electoral journey of yours, sir. You are just a Delhi-based party. Don't become so arrogant. Don't become so arrogant. You got 0 seats despite the alliance with the Congress party in 2024. You got the similar in 2019. You were wiped out in Gujarat. You were wiped out in Haryana. Do not become so arrogant.
Siddharth and Pradeep. Okay, Siddharth and Pradeep, let's pull back. Suhail, what is it that we are missing in this entire noise? There clearly is a bigger story. You know, the story is about the fact that the BJP can win 7 out of 7 when it comes to a Lok Sabha. In an assembly election, there is a real problem, something that Vivek said, which is a fair point. But then, can Arvind Kejriwal today really say that he's honest, he's imandar, he's a kattar imandar, in the light of all these allegations also, Suhail?
So let me be brutal, and it might not be palatable for a lot of people. There is no question that Arvind Kejriwal has redefined the political landscape of India. You have to give him credit. You may hate him, you may disagree with him, but he's done it on his own. Whether, you know, Anna Hazare doesn't like him, or person Y doesn't like him, Yogendra Yadav doesn't like him, Ashutosh doesn't matter. He, like Narendra Modi, has not sneaked in through the back door. He has won election after election in Delhi. His party has also won an election in Punjab. We must be gracious enough to give him credit. My only point of difference is that Arvind Kejriwal's brand promise was that I would not be the same political party that you have been used to in this country. And tragically, it is coming across as similar rather than different. That's point number 1. Point number 2, why am I a bit perturbed? I'm not perturbed about Atishi chair being bigger, blah, blah, blah. What I'm perturbed about is that a party with a difference cannot then behave like every other party. Now, what they need to do is up to them. You know, they're bright people. They don't need my advice or Vivek's advice or Pradeep's advice. My point is that when Aam Aadmi Party has come to power on the promise of being a party with a difference, then to get embroiled in a liquor scam, whether it's true or not, but the fact is that the judges didn't allow them bail. So you can't say BJP has put them behind bars. Second, Vivek, put your hand down. I'll finish and then you can raise your finger. You see, the problem with the left is they're always raising their finger. They're always angry people. My good friend Vivek also. Second point, which is my personal feeling. No matter what you say, Deepti, you may hate them, but you ask the people of Delhi, they say the Mohalla clinics and the schools have worked. How much they have worked, to be fair, I really don't know. But the fact is he's won an election. People vote differently for the state as they vote for the Lok Sabha. That's a known fact. Look at what happened in West Bengal. Mamata Banerjee won the assembly elections against all probabilities that everyone was espousing. So I don't begrudge him that. My only thing is that I didn't expect Aam Aadmi Party to be riddled with the hypocrisy that they had continuously,
Absolutely, that's against. The point, yes.
I didn't want them to become the party that they kept saying, we are a party with a difference, hum alag type ke aadmi hain. That is my only concern. But again, that's their problem. My last worry is about governance. I'm not bothered about whether you place a chair or footstool or, a pair of Hawaii slippers. I couldn't be bothered. How will governance be affected? What will happen to governance? My appeal through you, Deepti, is to the LG and to Atishi, that this is the time to work together, not because you love each other or hate each other, but because of the people of Delhi. Okay. Delhi deserves better. We are not only Delhi, we are also the national capital.
Absolutely, and we weren't promised this, that, it's going to be an empty chair that is going to be deciding the fate of Delhi. Before I, get in Siddharth, Vivek, we've seen models like a Lalu Rabdi model. We also do know what happened when it was Sonia Gandhi, Manmohan Singh. I mean, is this what the Janta really wants, Vivek? Hasn't the Janta moved beyond that and told us,
no,
please do not believe that people are fools?
Yeah. No. Now listen to me very carefully. I totally agree with what Suhail sir said. We all had a lot of hopes from Aam Aadmi Party. We felt corruption will be challenged, so on and so forth. But then now, after 2013, the first election that they faced, it's almost, how much, the fact of the matter is politics is about choice. It's not about absolutely weighing who's good, who's best, by what percentage. It is about choices. I feel two or three factors. Number one, people feel even after this liquor scam that they are still less corrupt compared to others. Number one. Number two, they have a better organization. They have a better cadre support. They have a better face in Arvind Kejriwal still. Okay. And definitely when it comes to education and hospitals and few other things, especially work for Purvanchalis and the work in JJ colonies, even though I'm not from Aam Aadmi Party, I feel they have a very strong edge over others. Okay. So all this chair business, big chair and small chair, is not going to count finally. If people don't wake up who are opposing Aam Aadmi Party and they don't start developing their ground cadre, I think it's going to be a cakewalk again. That's what I can see.
Okay.
Because people are not seeing that he's corrupt. People are saying who's more corrupt now.
Respond to this. Now wait. Because it is about governance, Siddharth. Yeah. And like I said, just by believing that, you will give some free doles to people, they will ultimately end up voting for you. Arvind Kejriwal, who still hasn't been given any clean sheet by the courts. But you know that in the next 4 or 5 months, whenever there are elections in Delhi, it'll be Arvind Kejriwal back on the chair. People will ask you, why not Atishi? What is the problem in Atishi?
There's absolutely no problem with anyone. Delhi has been paying, as of today, 77,000 crore rupees of revenue. There are 2.5 crore people in Delhi. If you divide that figure, it comes to 30,000 rupees every citizen paying to the Delhi government. And if a government is taking money from the people to the tune of 30,000 per head, the government of Aam Aadmi Party, irrespective of what Aam Aadmi Party has faced in the past 2 years, Aam Aadmi Party's government has ensured that free electricity goes on, free education goes on, Mohalla clinic goes on, Tirth Yatra goes on, women on...
But what is the purpose of having this chair next to Atishi, no, Siddharth? That is what no one has understood. What will this chair bring to governance?
The chair brings a question to Mr. Narendra Modi that here is an Arvind Kejriwal who has resigned twice, and here is Mr. Modi who is sticking to his chair.
Okay.
And it also brings into focus the Indian ethos of Ramayana.
All right, I've completely run out of time. No, Pradeep, I've completely run out of time. Apologies, but we'll keep our focus on that story. I need to thank all of you gentlemen for joining us. It's been a fascinating conversation. We'll continue to track that.